Hey folks, China Guitar Skeptic back, and as promised I'm back with a video about this which has just arrived. First and foremost, there's the roller bridge which is going to be going on the Partacaster. Only setback that I've had, that's going to go on there like so, but the only setback I've had is that my dad's shed is not ready for me yet. Although I'm ready to do this, the shed isn't. And so I thought I would do something else for you. And I have got, for Greenie Moore 2, not Greenie Moore, because as we know, Greenie Moore is no more. She's gone to a better home that's going to use her and enjoy her more. But for Greenie Moore 2, I've bought a roller bridge. I've been playing Greenie Moore 2 for quite a bit recently, and actually I've got it plugged in. I've fixed the Carlsbro GLX85. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a quick blast of a riff I've been working on, and then I'm going to put this roller bridge on and we'll have another listen to it, see if there's any difference whatsoever in the riff. So we'll start with my new Joe Bonamassa style riff. Yeah, we were working at band rehearsal on this the other night, and we were thinking about doing a Joe Bonamassa cover. We do Blue and Evil already, and just felt that perhaps I would have a go at writing a Bonamassa style riff. Tell me what you think. I'll just play it for you again. Anyway, as you can hear, this guitar sounds lovely through the GLX85. When I had Greenie Moore, I did already do a bridge upgrade on her. I got a single pin Gibson style bridge from Philadelphia Luthier Tools. This one wasn't. This was just from eBay, but it is a decent roller bridge, and I'll give you a sped up version of this being fitted to this guitar. First of all, I'm going to take the strings off. Oh, I might add that it's important to make sure that you get the intonation right by comparison with the old bridge, and I've got a feeling that these are going to be metric and oh no, they're not going to fit in the same hole, so I'm going to have to pull these, and I may have to re-drill this body in order to get these to go in here. So that could be interesting. We'll see. I'm going to need my pliers to get this one out. Yeah, I did. I had to use the pliers to get this out. There's a good reason, and that is so that we do an exact comparison of the two bridges. Initially I want to use the same strings, so I'm going to keep those on the stop tail and put them back on the guitar when I first swap this bridge out. But what we're going to have a quick look at now is whether or not this will swap directly with this bridge. I've got a feeling that these are going to be too thin, and I'm going to have to pull these. Yeah, that's definitely imperial, and this is the Chinese metric. So I'm going to need to pull these out first and find out if I'm going to have to. This could be a bit tight actually. Normally these are quite loose, but this bridge is pretty tight in here. And now there is a way to get these out without cracking the finish and the body. So I'm going to get these out, I'm going to pull them, and I'll show you the technique for that now. Okay, so a lot of people will try to prise this out and they'll damage all around the body. But the easy way to do it is to get yourself a small piece of metal, the right length to go right the way into the body, and then to drop that in there, and then we put this back in so it's tight. And then if I can do this, you just screw that down, and that will help this to lift out. There we go. So anyway, with this one removed, we just need to see if the new bushing will fit in, which it does. So our new bushing will fit in like that and allow us to put our new roller bridge on, which I'll show you next. Okay, here's a neat little trick. If like these, they're a bit loose, rather than drilling and doweling, the whole idea is that there's a snug fit. And what I tend to do is take a piece of scrap paper and cut it to the right sort of size. I'm just using an old envelope here, and just going to roll this piece of paper fairly loosely and drop it down the hole like that. And then I'm just going to gently tease that in there and push it home, and boy oh boy does that take some pushing now. So that will be nice and solid in there. I'm going to do the same for the other side. It might take a couple of pieces of paper. There we go. Spin that out a bit. That's much better. Properly tight in there. And let me take that out so that I can just push that home. There we go. One roller bridge on, ready to be intonated, which I'll need to get the strings on to do. And these screws at the side here are really useful because you can adjust these down so that you can see the play on that bridge. It will go forwards and backwards enough to give you minor intonation adjustments. I'm going to compare it to the old bridge first and see if we can't get this exactly right before we even put the strings on. That would be impressive, wouldn't it? There we go. One last little check. One last little check of that before. Yeah, that lines up pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, that might need a little adjustment. Let's try the other way. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I'm fairly close to having intonated that bridge before we even put the strings back on. Let's have a little look. Okay, so we've got the bridge on and I've got the strings back on, but I haven't intonated it yet. I'm going to check the intonation now with the use of my phone tuner, which is as good as any. And we'll see just how close the intonation is. I'm going to use a distorted tone. Okay, so the fretted note is quite a bit sharper than the unfretted note. I'm going to go across and see if that's the same at the bottom end, in which case the whole bridge has to move back. Because the fretted note is sharper, it means that the distance between the roller bridge and the 12th fret is shorter, hence vibrates quicker, and is sharper than the harmonic, which is exactly halfway between the bridge and the nut. So we'll try that on the bottom just to see. Yes, it is. It's almost a whole semitone higher. So I'm going to loosen off these bridge screws here, and I'm going to, because I need to make this slightly longer, I'm going to loosen these right off so that they sit right the way back on these pins before we start doing anything further. Oh, if I can get that in there. Is that the right? No, it's not. That's why. It's the little one. Comes with 2 Allen keys. This does. This little kit. The smaller. I'm going the wrong way there, aren't I? That wants to be done up because I want to move this bridge further away. It's these front ones I want to undo. Let's get it right. Then we want to move the bridge back. Let's just see what sort of difference that makes. Okay, it's still a bit sharp, so I'm going to have to move this back just a touch further. Oh, I've adjusted the height, by the way, to get the action how I like it, which is about 2 mil. Yeah, I know, very high. Very much closer. I may still need to adjust that back just a little trifle, but I'll do that, and that is the way that you set the intonation on a guitar. I'll go away and do that before I come back and play it with the roller bridge on, but there's the roller bridge installed, and I will fiddle about with the intonation. The intonation is very simple to set. It's, you have to find the harmonic at the 12th fret and then compare that to the fretted note at the 12th fret. They should be exactly the same. The shorter this distance, when you fret the note, the higher the note. So if the note is higher, then you need to lengthen that by moving the bridge back, and vice versa. So I think I've shown you a couple of videos now on setting the intonation, so hopefully you're okay with that. So I'll go away and set the intonation. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've set the intonation. And actually there was something I forgot to show you, which is a neat little trick actually, which anybody can do. There's a lot of people that use a lubricant in the nut, but pure and simple old Vaseline, petroleum jelly will do the job. What you need is a nice thin pick. Just get some on the tip of the pick, like that. Pop your string out the way, put a little bit in the slot of each, repeat that for each string, and it works just as good as any other lubricant I've ever known in the nut of the guitar, and it'll help to protect your strings from damage at the nut and will allow them to move around in that little nut slot with no problems. Simple, nice, neat little trick, and I bet that's now put me back out of tune, so let's find out. Okay, another way I like to tune my guitars is to let the strings ring 2 at a time, like this. Okay, so let's try those two riffs compared again. I'll do it again now that I've changed the bridge, and see if there's any difference. Certainly it's been easier to tune, and it's kept its tune better because of the freedom of movement here. So let's have a little listen to that riff again. Okay, hopefully we can now compare and contrast the two. So we'll do that. We'll do it with the roller bridge. And with the original bridge. And you have to let me know what you think. I think the roller bridge is quite a nice addition to this Greenie Moore 2 now that I'm playing this more. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'll be back as soon as I can with a video with the roller bridge on the Strat as soon as Dad's workshop's available, and we'll be looking at that. One thing that I do know for sure on that, which I will just quickly show you, is that we are going to need to cut into the neck, because what you want to do with a roller bridge is you want the point of contact on the rollers to be exactly the same point of contact that you've got at the front edge of the existing nut. So we're going to have to work out exactly where that's going to touch. Let's put it upside down and see if we can't see a rough idea of that. Okay, yes. So we're going to have to put that roller nut in about there. But we'll come back to that in another video once I can get back into Dad's workshop. In the meantime, take care.